Hello, and welcome to Cosmic Conundrum with Myth Mavens. I'm your host, Nemo,
And I am Roman.
and together we shall embark upon the journey through the wondrous world of Cosmere. For the first time, mostly, because, let's be fair. For me, I have read Mistborn Era 1 before. For Roman, I don't think you have read anything.
Never.
Yes.
Never. I've never read anything by Sanderson.
Yeah. So I read Mistborn like a decade ago, so I remember some things. I remember most of the twists and turns and like plot points, but I don't remember the specifics. But obviously, you never heard of it and you never really read it before.
I've probably seen slices online, but that's it.
Yeah, I haven't really read anything past Mistborn Era 1, so when we finish this like trilogy, I'm gonna be in the dark, just as dark as you. Mostly because I live under
Oh,
a
good.
rock. Yeah. So moving on. Why fantasy and sci-fi? Now, both of us have been heavily interested in fantasy and sci-fi for most of our lives. What specific fantasy or sci-fi series have you read before and have been interested in?
Let me just check the massive list. Star Trek, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Doctor Who, Narnia, and read mostly Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and Lord of the Rings, and general knowledge of most other major fantasy series.
Yeah, our interests in fantasy, at least, are pretty much aligned over that. That I've also
pretty
grown
much.
up reading Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Narnia. I've read A Song of Ice and Fire, and I have devoured like Tolkien Legendarium from beginning to end. Now, while I love fantasy, you have mentioned sci-fi, several sci-fi series. I do not enjoy sci-fi. I tried to read
Whereas
one
I
book.
love it.
Yeah, I tried to read like one book a few months back. It's a very popular book, Project Hail Mary. It's by the same author who did The Martian. People love that book. I hated it for some reason.
I generally cannot read sci-fi so much as I can very much watch it and dive deep into the lore of it. But reading is like the cool thing about sci-fi is the special effects. So, but I do have a couple of Star Wars books, and I have read them. Some of them are good, others not so very much.
I mean, it's a franchise that is primarily movie based with a lot of companion books. So some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to be bad. That's how it goes.
Some of them are top tier novels. Others deserve a place in the dustbin.
Yeah. So I enjoy sci-fi like when it is primarily time travel based. Like my two of my favorite pieces of media are Dark and Primer. I don't know if you know of either of those. Dark is a German show that was like made in 2017 to 2020, and Primer is a student film, or very low budget film from like 2004, and both of those are like heavily time travel based. And if you're listening to this and you have watched either of those, let's talk.
Meanwhile, over here, I don't generally like time travel. Doctor Who is pretty much the only one I can tolerate it in, which says a lot.
I mean, Doctor Who is not even like sci-fi. It's more of a science fantasy kind of series.
No, but there is time travel.
Yes,
and
100%.
I don't like time travel that much.
Yeah, that is fair.
Because I think too much of the paradoxes.
Yes, paradoxes do come about
which is why
even
I love
in these shows.
Yeah, which is why I love Doctor Who's wibbly wobbly timey wimey. The timeline doesn't really matter.
Yeah, just reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, and everything is gonna be fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same Star Trek uses to fix every issue. So
yeah. So all of these books that we have mentioned have one thing in common, and that is great world building. Well, most of the
some
books.
of them.
Some of them are.
Most of the books of great world building. We'll get on to which ones are not at some point.
Yeah. So both of us enjoy like different parts of world building. We like to do it, and we like to talk about different parts of world building. We do it all the time, and that's also why we are getting on this podcast. to talk about.
I'm pretty sure that if a week goes by where we don't talk about world building at some point, one of us is ill.
That is absolutely true. Yeah,
And even then, we'll be spamming each other with messages.
that is a constant. Like you sending me huge things that
I
I
sent you
read.
lists or that you don't understand the thing of because it's some random list of fictional World War II battleships that I've made.
Yeah, I don't know the name of a single ship, but I'm like, yay, go ahead. But
I've
yes,
told you about India's Navy ships. You've forgotten them.
you have told me about India's Navy ships. I know the names of India's like cruisers and stuff and like whatever.
You don't have
things.
cruisers.
That's my point. I know nothing.
India has had like 2 cruisers in the past, and those were decommissioned in the 60s, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Don't worry. I'm not going to take a quiz because I am not qualified to take a quiz in this subject. Anyway, so as far as it goes to world building, I enjoy creating languages, conlanging, building myths, poems like epic poetry, obviously inspired by Tolkien, and integrating both of these with the larger history of a world. Like I've been working on a world for the past couple of years, and it has been going very slowly. Anyway, what elements of world building do you prefer and enjoy?
History, which is unsurprising considering I have a shelf filled with Roman history books.
I mean, your name is
also
Roman, so
yes, my name is literally Roman, like
yeah.
Roman consul.
Mhm.
Chose it rather deliberately.
Yeah.
But I also really like the various political systems you can create. If a story has politics in it and then doesn't describe how those politics works, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be some of that in Mistborn. I think the politics is not as at the level of like a Song of Ice and Fire, obviously, but it's, some of it is
A Song of
there.
Ice and Fire goes, yeah, A Song of Ice and Fire goes overboard on it, and it's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Whereas
mean, it is a
from what
Game of
we've read
Thrones.
of Mistborn so far,
Mm-hmm.
not very much the core point.
Yeah, and because like it had been a while since I read anything with like significant and very complex world building, I decided to read one of the like 3 books that we shortlisted: The Wheel of Time, Malazan, and Stormlight Archives, or Cosmere Chandran. But obviously, I need someone to talk to, and that someone is you, so I'm forcing you to read this with me.
Yeah, this is just basically Nemo's I need to read something project, and I'll just drag Roman into it.
I chose Cosmere
I feel this
because
is
I knew.
payback for all the lists I sent you.
Yes, I chose Mistborn because I knew you would enjoy it, because it's more in your lane of world building, where it's just everything detailed. Like even the answers you don't want, you'll get those answers.
But I want those answers anyway.
Exactly.
We're talking to the guy who decided that yes, it is a smart idea to work out the population density, and the GDP of countries 100 years from now.
That is completely fair. So yeah, this is basically my project, which I am dragging you along to read it. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, we will be having several world building standalone episodes from time to time. Only on YouTube, though.
That's going to require maps and images, so
yes, it's gonna take time for us to set those up. But yes. So, having said that, we are going to be beginning this journey with Mistborn, Era 1, The Final Empire, the first book. So I hope you join us. If you have never read it, or if you want to reread it, join us on our journey and just read along with us. It's gonna be a bit of a read along podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just watch us fumble along as we are completely incompetent in this.
Yeah, I mean, this is like both of ours. Maybe the first time on camera.
No, I've been on. Yes, on camera. Yes. But I've been on live streams with friends. So
yeah. I mean, we have been a part of like the overall like YouTube and streaming for several years, but on camera we have been like for the first time. So yeah, with that, this has been the episode 0, the introduction, and we look forward to reading and talking about the Mistborn books. So
and prepare for ramble. a lot of rambling.
A lot of rambling, yes. So thank you for joining us at Cosmic Conundrum, and we hope you have a lovely day, and stay tuned as we see you in the next episode.